Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's hot out. Welcome to Gen X Rated Tuesday edition. How we doing, Billy?
Hot. It's hot.
I think
Really
it's
hot.
97. It's I don't know how long this heat dome's going to stay, but it is hot.
It's not going anywhere, I don't believe. But yeah, I think I walked across the blacktop to get my car, and the thermometer in my car said 113.
Oh my God! Wow,
Yeah.
that is hot.
It's like being back in Arizona again.
Yeah, and I heard the big DC event, the state fair, that it was hot, but it's a dry heat. I didn't realize DC was Arizona.
I've been to DC in the summer, and there's nothing dry about that heat. It's miserable.
Oh, so Fox News was lying to me? Wow.
Yeah. Can you believe it? I
No.
know it's shocking. It really is. But yes, they are not quite telling you the truth on that one.
Not even close. Am I right? It's terrible.
And
But
the city was originally built on a swamp.
it's always humid there. Like
Yeah, it's God, it's miserable in the summer.
yeah, but not when Trumpy Bear's there. I guess everything's awesome. Yeah, that event was kind of I don't know. I don't know if they just didn't advertise it enough, but uh, was it on all day? Was it on certain networks? Like
Beep beep.
I know, right?
Out of my way.
And then you'd think like each state would have something like Iowa would probably have like street corn or something amazing, but they didn't. We saw a bunch of empty exhibits that the food was I don't know. They had hibachi, like God forbid you'd have Japanese food at this great American event. It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. Where's the hamburgers and hot dogs?
That would have been nice too. I'd have been all in for that.
Yeah. Where's the kettle corn? Where's the funnel cake?
Exactly. That's what
No
it's
fun without the funnel cake. But
yeah.
it just kind of sums up what this whole regime is about. It's all about appearances. Oh, it looks good, but it's just a bunch of fucking crap thrown together.
Okay, and to that point, Fox kept saying, "Oh, the crowds are just rolling in," but the video doesn't
Well, that
lie.
guy is rolling. He's not a crowd, but he's rolling through, probably on his way to find the porta potty.
I mean, there was like nobody there, and I appreciate that our friend was part of the band and jamming, but that was like I don't know. It just seemed like we spent a lot of money on nothing.
Well, the whole thing was, this came up under a previous administration where it was a celebration for everybody of the country, and now they just took it and they diverted a bunch of funds. They're sending out their Freedom 250 trucks, the exhibits, with like factually misleading information about the history of this country. They set up this piece of shit event because it looks like a state fair. Donald Trump hasn't been to a state fair, which he's missing out. I bet he would love a deep fried Twinkie.
Maybe a turkey leg. Those things are pretty popular.
Perhaps a turkey leg, yeah, and lots of young girls there. But I don't know. It looks like a fucking piece of shit event that they just threw together once again. But that's what they do. These aren't serious people when it comes to anything.
And I don't think he spent a whole lot of time there. They'd cart in Doug Burgum might drop in there and spew some lies and whatever. Brooke Rollins at one point was hosting. I mean, it was like seamless to her being a Fox News personality. But
Yeah, almost like she'd done it before.
I mean, look at Hegseth. I mean, these guys just are crazy. He's leading the War Department. They talked about how many people within the military mentioned to him that this is probably not a great idea with Iran as we continue to do this. We're on a ceasefire today because the market's from yesterday, but tomorrow, who's to say? How much money
Hey, that rhymes.
make in 48 hours? It's just crazy. But they told him not to do it, and Hegseth was like, "We'll just bomb 1,000 sites a day, and we're the War Department, and they won't know what hit them." And you're being led by TV personalities.
You don't have a lot of bombs left.
Ooh, don't shh. We have them all over the world, buddy. Don't you worry about that, says Trump.
Got a bunch of bombs, okay?
You're wasting your time. Is this straight open or is the straight closed? Who's controlling it? Do you have to pay a toll to go through the strait? I mean, we're literally at war and we know nothing about it. We're paying for it, but we know very little.
Well, we know nothing about the wildfires in the West, in Washington State, in Utah. Not seeing a whole lot of headlines on that.
I think the one in Utah is doing the Lord's work. We'll probably be able to get another data center there because we're just clearing it out. Nobody's even coming to put it out. The Forest Service is busy removing algae from the reflecting pond because of the Antifa that destroyed it. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. But I will say this. Wait till it happens in your neighborhood. Maybe then you'll be a little bit more concerned when you see the wildfires coming over the hill. I know we've seen it in California before. It's terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
And when you know nobody's coming, it's even worse. But we'll just continue to let our leader, our dear leader here, where is he, perform, because that's what he does. He's a performing artist. Well, artist is kind of loose, but he's a performer. I mean, this is your new first lady.
I mean, a clown is a performer too.
Natalie Harp is she carries the diaper bag. She's like second in command, it would seem.
That's a very important job.
This was her in 2019. I think we can see there's a look that she's trying to match.
You think?
She is getting plastic surgery to kind of compare.
She's going to have a ways to go there.
Well, that, we saw the actual first lady solve that problem. Okay. Kidney problem, I think. And then she came back with enlarged breasts, but that's
side effect from the kidney medication.
Everybody's on it now. It's just this transformation. It's the whole party that's transformed. Trump's hand looks pretty good in 2019, but not so much anymore. Again, just distractions and just the lack of seriousness. Why this woman's following him around, why she's the one that puts the Truth Social stuff up, policy. It's terrifying because she's not qualified to do anything except maybe carry the diaper bag. I don't know.
I wonder how she gets along with Laura Loomer.
I don't know. I think she was on to somebody else. I saw she had maybe another secretary of something that she was tending to.
Netanyahu, maybe?
Actually, it was J.D. Vance when they were doing the negotiations with Iran and signing on the laptop. It was her ID card that was sticking out the side. So totally secure, not to worry. And I can't think otherwise, but it feels like we're overmatched in this scenario with the team we're putting out there. Jared's
not
a winner.
sending the best and brightest.
No, just Jared. That's all we're sending.
Ugh.
So with all that nonsense out of the way, I guess I should talk about with that, Trump at the 250th year celebration wants to donate this eagle to the White House and make sure I have that right. I'm not big on gold, so it's a real problem for me anyway, but what are we doing?
Where have I seen that before?
It looks ridiculous. I don't know.
Yep, that's it.
Kind of similar. And it maybe goes with America First. Striking. It's just crazy to me. But that is just insane. And it's a gift from him. He's going to pay for it. Probably it's painted.
With taxpayer money.
Yeah, that's how it always ends up. And then on top of that, he wants to do this Garden of American Heroes. And he picked Kobe Bryant, George Washington, of course, Sinatra, MLK, just random stuff. Alex Trebek. I mean, he's Canadian. You're not even getting it right. And then he demanded that he bring in the sculptors. It's like I'm living in a surf dome or something. Marble,
nightmare,
glass, copper. And then, of course, people had to come out and be like, hey, we don't have enough sculptors to do 250 by what, July 4th? Like, so they did push it back to 2029. Trump will no longer be in office, knock on wood. And if he is, it'll be something from Futurama with his head in a jar, I would guess. It's just, again, more distractions. So I do want to, we come here all the time You let me vent on the little stuff that annoys the crap out of me, whether it's 50 Cent playing July 3rd at the members only executive club that Donnie runs for $500,000 a year. You can join the club. Him, Busta Rhymes, J. Rule, and Timbaland, all getting paid.
Selling out.
Sell out. That's upsetting. It distracts me. Somebody else calls it, what is it? Rage bait. I'm easy like that. And I do, it upsets me, but we come out here all the time. We talk about that and nothing seems to really change. And I'm not saying we're here to make the change. We're really here to give you the information, but we're getting into some serious territory. It's not the ticky-tack stuff. It's not the stupid garden that's not going to happen. It's not the state fair that nobody attended because it was ridiculous. Not that I don't appreciate our nation, but the way he's handling it. But the Kids Act yesterday passed 267 to 117. 47 people didn't vote. I think part of the reason why they didn't vote was because they don't want to be on the record. We voted you in. Please get on the record. Let us know what you're thinking. Don't hide behind Trump or your party. And the SAVE Act is pretty much going to end our internet as we know it. This could be twofold. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe people should get off the World Wide Web because it's dumbing us down. It's distracting us. We can't relate to anybody. We don't care about anybody. Lack of empathy just rolls through because, hey, give me another reel. And I'm guilty as anybody. I have to be told not to doom scroll. I'm not judging. I'm just saying maybe this isn't the worst thing to get off of it. But this Kids Act that passed builds basically a national digital ID system. In certain states, if you want to watch porn, you got to, enter your driver's license, whatever. Now they're tracking you or anything that they deem is not quality family entertainment, I guess. But this is all under the umbrella of like protecting the kids. Who wouldn't want to protect the kids? But what it actually does is it violates your First Amendment of free speech and your Fourth Amendment. This is a real problem. Now they'll say, hey, no, it doesn't require identification. Don't worry about that for age verification. But it does, because if they come after you, these companies, and they say, hey, you should have known. Did you not check? Well, who's not going to check? If you're going to come back at me, I'm going to check everybody. I'm going to verify everybody's age. Great. What they did do, though, is they're basically giving the keys of the internet to the FTC. And if you know who's running the FTC, it's terrifying. He's a big member of the Project 2025. He doesn't see anything the way normal people do because he's out of his mind.
He is out of his mind. That guy is a tight ass.
Yeah, and basically, if it passes, which is so far on its way, whatever party's in power controls the internet. Right now, it's the Republicans. So anything you put up that's anti their policies, you're not going to see. That's just not something that's going to appear. They're in charge. They can squash any kind of dissent. You're just never going to see it, which just, there's your free speech gone.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's okay. I don't. Also, part of this bill is spying on minors because you need to know what they're doing. So
that's fucking creepy.
Let's keep our glimpse on them. How much time they're spending on the internet, where they're spending their time on the internet, their chats, whatever. And this would be all their statistics will then go into a type of database. Now, the interesting part is that it does shield big tech, so don't worry.
Of course.
The data broker rules don't apply to Google or Meta or Amazon or Microsoft. Yeah. And in the end, it kind of cuts parents out of the whole situation with their own kids. So education tech companies can now collect all your kids' info. You don't get to say, hey, that's not pertinent to you. That's private to our family. It's all out there. And I don't know how you stop it.
I don't know, man. It's horrifying. I mean, they used to tell us, step out of line. This is going to go down on your permanent record. And we laughed. But apparently, the tide has turned on that one.
Yeah, well, it's on your permanent record. And then it rolls into other things. Now, Texas is going to require identification to create an Apple account. Seems a little bit of a stretch. Kansas City's preparing to put facial recognition on public buses. I didn't know that you had to identify yourself in order to get on a public transportation, a bus, a subway, whatever, but maybe so. And then there was a guy who was claiming that there's facial recognition at the gas pumps because every time he walked away from the screen on the pump, his gas stopped pumping. I'd have to dig a little bit deeper, but would it surprise you?
It would not. Nothing would surprise me at this point.
Agreed. The other day we talked about the flock cameras. 168,000 of them. They're showing up on people's personal property. They're really going after people that are destroying them because, hey, how can we track your every movement if we don't have these flock cameras? If you tie it all together with the internet, your identification, verification, you basically have flock tracking your every movement. The data centers will store all this information and store, social credit scores just to make sure this is you. It's essentially mass surveillance and censorship.
Just like they do in China.
Chinese style. You nailed that one.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys are capitalists. So you'll have the Commerce Secretary Lutnick will force Anthropic, who are coming to an IPO near you soon because they want right in your retirement, like SpaceX.
Sliding right on in there.
But he's going to make sure that they submit all their secret protocols to the government if they want to release this Claude 5. And then Washington is restricting the vital technology just exclusively for these elite cronies. Those that know how to use it, can afford it, the upper class. I just can't get on board with any of this. I mean, he's the Commerce Secretary. He works for us. He's not working for us.
That's not how this works anymore, though. He works for one guy.
Yeah, and as we idly sit here and complain about the stupid shit that I regularly do, which I know several people will say that, and at least in my area, it just gets worse. They tried to bring the SAVE Act back. This was just today. The House Republicans advanced the voter suppression bill, and the rules, it was supposed to go through with the National Defense Authorization Act. Just slide it on through, no big deal, but it's in there. And we've talked about this extensively. It's a poll tax. You better have a passport. You better not live in a rural area, et cetera, et cetera. Married women, you changed your name, you're not voting. Real ID, which we jumped through hoops to, and it took 3 years to get most people to have a real ID, that doesn't count either. Right as we got on, though, to record today, it failed in the procedural vote, basically because of the SAVE Act. So that's pretty good news. Most people are against it. It was 198 to 224 against. So we get to breathe for another day where you can actually vote. But again, we're seeing the scenario of making everything harder. I don't know if you're pulling a Trump over there, but you looked a little sleepy.
A little bit.
Good one, Billy. So just be aware of that. And since we're talking about the voting, I just want to put up for Missouri because this is annoying to me. You can do it. I can't do it. But if you have enough money and you have power, you can do it yourself. We talked about this. Missouri has 2 amendments on the ballot. You should be voting no for both 4 and 5. 4 says, hey, we're not doing this anymore. No more ballot initiatives. I don't care if 600,000 people in my state sign on it. We're not doing it. That's Amendment 4. Now, they'll lie to you, but that's a big fat no. And Amendment 5 is no income tax, which we talked about. Where are you getting any money? Where's my money that I pay taxes going to? I get it. I'm not paying I'm not paying income tax in my state, but come on, man. Roads, infrastructure, it's crumbling. This money they take from us has to go to something. If Prop 5 does pass, 92% of Missouri households will see a tax increase. It's pretty simple. That's a giant no.
Yeah, and they'll probably ignore it anyway.
Yeah, well, sure.
You didn't know what you were voting for, so we're just going to put this through. The state's fucked up.
It's a little bit of a mess.
Run by idiots.
Governor Kehoe, you might put him in that group. He's against dark money coming into our state, but he brought in $1.9 million from Delaware of dark money for this amendment that he wants to pass. Do as I say, not as I do. I will say today, Florida did abolish all property tax within the state. They already have no state tax. So I don't know what they're going to do in Florida.
I have no idea. They're looking to do that in St. Charles too. I was out there the other day driving past an election sign. Some guy running for it was running on basically getting rid of property taxes. Well, I just don't get it. Where's the money going to come from? You know, the billionaires aren't going to pay their fair share.
Sure. And I know we talked about this a month or so ago. Mandami with New York, it's like your second home that's worth over $2 million. You have to pay a tax on it. And why shouldn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe lower the property tax. But to get rid of it altogether, you're not giving yourself any kind of leeway. Florida just spent on alligator Alcatraz, $1.6 billion. They're not getting their money back. Now it's gone. Now you're not going to be able to, fill in the blank. Anything that has to do with you, we don't have money for.
Yeah.
And just staying with the crazy, Texas yesterday passed a law requiring all public schools to have students read the Bible as part of their mandatory book list.
Dude, that is so fucking Handmaid's Tale. Like, is there going to be a quiz on it afterwards? Is this going to be on my grades? Or can I just skim this shit? It's all a made up story. None of this is factual. There's no verifying any of this. It's all made up. It makes no sense to me. And, separation of church and state, apparently that's out the window in some of these fucking crazy states. And yet the people pushing this shit through are claiming that they're being the victims of religious persecution.
It's insane.
You can't have it both ways.
And to your point, it does violate the amendment's establishment clause, separation of church and state. Come on, this is like basic stuff. I mean, I'm no scholar here when it comes to the Constitution, but I know some of the obvious things, and that would be one of them.
Yeah, you can't. Why? How can you force every student to read the Bible? Dude, you want to do that on your own time? You want to form a Bible club? Have at it.
Sure.
Who cares?
Absolutely. Bible study.
You want to go to church every day? Great. But don't force it on everybody else.
Yeah, you would think that, but here we are in Texas.
And yet, if you tried to force them to read the Torah or to read the Quran,
they'd be pissed.
Oh, their heads would be exploding.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you have Paxson, who's running in Texas against Tallarico, and of course, he's taking a vacation with his mistress, who happens to be like
with a mystery woman, not his wife. Yeah.
Oh, she's no mystery. She's got 7 kids. She's a big Christian homeschooling woman, whatever she does. I don't know, but it seems odd that it's okay for him. And he's kind of heinous. But
he's a slimy character. He really is. Something right out of the fucking gutter. It's just unbelievable.
Before I jump to this guy, I did want to point out the fact, just on the money trail, that the number of billionaires globally has soared by 13%. We now have 3,302 billionaires globally, mainly through the AI boom. It's really pushed their wealth. On average, they're up about 25% in their wealth. Super for you. But on the flip side, you have 60-year-olds who can't retire because they literally have student debt. It's not that they bought a fancy car and couldn't afford to pay it. It's not like their house. This is student debt 40 years later. Like, you're never going to get out of it.
And you're shackled to that ball and chain, and you have to pay it. You can't declare bankruptcy. I saw yesterday that there's a subreddit on Reddit called Almost Homeless, and it's people that are in danger of losing homes or have lost their homes. And they're not on there begging for money. They're not on there saying, oh, woe is me. They're actively exchanging tips and ways to survive in this fucking country with this just out of control, income inequality. It's fucking insane. There's people with 3, 4, 5 houses, super yachts that you can land a helicopter on. And you have people, and these aren't all people. I mean, they're labeled, that they're drug addicts, or they made bad choices, or they're lazy and don't want to work. No, these are people that had Some of them had good, high-paying jobs, software engineers, people that just got laid off and have not been able to find a job in this economy, and they're running out of time. The rent is overdue 2 months, and they've got to be out at the end of the month, or they're living in their car already, or they're sleeping in a tent in the woods behind the hospital where they can't get help for their mental illnesses. It's just, dude, this society is cruel and getting more crueler every day. It's absolutely disgusting. And they call themselves Christians.
And all I can say out of that, which to me is hard to listen to, and I certainly feel for them, at least they're getting support from one another. We don't have enough of that. Though, you hear it I listen to a bunch of true crime podcasts, and you hear about your mental health, and you can do it online, and it's really easy. But and I'm fully supportive of that. But that's one-on-one therapy. Sometimes you need in your face communal therapy where you're not alone. It's kind of like No Kings. You show up because you see other people that find this outrageous, and you have that support, and it can push you through to another day of getting through what we're trying to push through here with getting these people out of here and maybe getting our country back type of thing. But it's hard. I'm glad they have support. The homeless thing, Trump said he didn't care. They tried to put that bill through, but he's so hell-bent on the SAVE Act because he wants to be able to steal elections easier, that he said it doesn't really concern him. He doesn't really care about that. And frankly, he doesn't want the housing values to go down for his voters.
For his friends. I don't want my friends to lose money.
Super short-sighted.
Yeah, it's government by my friends, for my friends, of my friends. And the rest of you, I don't care.
That's basically how he put it. And to that point, I'm going to put Dr. Oz up. This is what we get led by. He talks about healthcare. Dr. Oz says that 40% of people on the ACA don't use their insurance in a given year. 40%. So he says fraud. These are fraudsters. What do you mean you're not doing it? These probably aren't even real people. But go ahead.
What an out of touch prick this guy is. People aren't using it because you're basically paying $800 to $1,000 a month just to have something in case something goes horribly wrong, because, dude, the premiums and the deductibles are just skyrocketing. So basically you got a $3,000 or $5,000 deductible. You're paying out of pocket until that amount has been spent out of your pocket. So yeah, of course, people aren't running to the doctor for every little thing because they can't afford it, even with the insurance that they're paying for. It's just like, I don't know, it's like theft. It really is. You're just stealing that monthly premium every month from them for something that they can't afford to use unless, something just goes horribly wrong and you get a terrible diagnosis or you're in a terrible accident. And then for this guy to just smugly come out and claim fraud, the real fraud is your fucking asshole buddy, Rick Scott, who got away with that shit in Florida.
Yep.
It's obscene. It
That was
really
like
is.
$5 billion, I believe. And you're absolutely right. Between the copays going up, this isn't Canada. We don't support preventative maintenance where you can go in and see your doc regularly to stay on top of things. We wait till shit gets terrible and you have to go, and then you can't afford whatever the cure might be for whatever ails you. 5 million people have dropped their coverage. Premiums have doubled on average in the last year, to your point, and deductibles that are at a record high. So why would I throw that money away? You just wouldn't, and you can't afford to do it at this point.
Yeah. It's
So
unbelievable.
Thank you, Dr. Oz, for the gaslighting.
So shut the fuck up.
You were a giant failure running for governor in Pennsylvania, thank God.
And you're a giant failure at the job that you've been given by your friend.
Yeah, correct. And his other buddy's just a moron, RFK Jr. I mean, it's just
Jesus, that guy.
Unbelievable. Yeah. The question did come up that, we haven't seen Mitch McConnell in a while. The last time we saw him, he was falling down and looked terrible. Not taking any pleasure out of that, but he's supposed to represent a certain group of people, and he has for decades. I don't know how he wins when he does nothing for them, but whatever. He's their guy, and he's been MIA, kind of like that guy in Ohio that came back after 3 months. He was depressed. Couldn't do my job. I was super depressed. Well,
yeah, join the club, pal.
Yeah, get me on I'm depressed line. It's long. But you have retirement ages for air traffic controllers, 56 years old. FBI agents 57, pilots at 65. You're done. What should the cutoff be for these politicians? I mean, look at Grassley. I mean, you're going to go to 100? I mean, we've talked about this. How do you relate to anybody in their 20s, 30s, 40s when you're 90?
Or 70s for that matter. I mean, you can't. They don't understand what's going on. And this world has become increasingly complicated and complex with advancements in technology. And yeah, you've got a bunch of out of touch dust bags that are just sitting there moldering away. Somebody's doing the voting for them. They're carting them around. They're picking them up off the floor. I mean, fuck, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I think 60 would be a fair cutoff.
Seems legit. I mean, Susan Collins did say after she won her election that she was going to serve 2 terms and be done, because you just don't stay in politics forever.
She lied. Again.
Well, she's very concerned, I guess, about my lies. So all good.
Mm-hmm.
There was some positive news today with the Supreme Court. Where are those guys? If you can believe it. I know yesterday that one of them was on Capitol Hill denying that he was doing anything but taking a walk. In the front row, second in from the left, but nothing to see here. He was meeting with Mike Johnson. And, there were a lot of decisions that came out today. They did uphold the birthright citizenship, 14th Amendment. I applaud them for that, because it's, what are you doing? I mean, Trump's kids would be deported. Is he just not that smart? My God.
Not that smart.
They did add that states can exclude trans athletes from female sports. That's going to upset 7 or 8 people that are actually their problem for them, I guess, because they're just a bunch of haters, and it's ridiculous. It's not going to, that Gailey chick or Gainey still going to be in 5th place, and she was terrible at her sport. Sorry. Yeah. Don't blame anybody but yourself. Work harder, train harder, be better. Don't blame somebody else. That sounds ridiculous. And the worst part is that they struck down limits on campaign spending. Yeah. Spend what you want.
Sure.
That's a problem.
That's a giant problem. They just doubled down on it.
Yeah. I mean, Citizens United was really awful. And trying to get rid of that is still a thing, because corporations are not people, even though they, I guess, legally are. They have a lot more money than I do. So it doesn't seem like a fair fight. I will point out that the big talking point now is about, because of Mondambi, is about communists.
Ooh, communists. Yeah. Let's dig that man up.
You guys want everything for free. Trump said he'd be a great communist. I don't know where he gets his material, but it's off the charts sometimes.
Off the charts. Terrible.
Yeah. Because you pay taxes, and you should have your infrastructure cared for. You should have public education available to you. We should stay on top of things like climate change, anything that might affect us long term. We're told the Chinese government hates solar and wind power. They're raking in energy in both those fields. And we just look stupid because we're like, drill, baby, drill, get back in the coal mine. We don't care about you. Do what we say.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And for the record, they're social democrats, democratic socialists, or whatever you want to call them. New York is a much better state with the leadership they have.
Yeah. I mean, these are the people that actually want to help make your life more affordable. And yet even the Democratic Party can't get behind that. They can't even agree on that. I mean, that's why they always lose. They're like a circular firing squad.
We're not, the first person they talk about is Chuck Schumer. They'll talk about Jeffries. 2 people don't make a party. And I agree with you. They are just out of touch and out of step and have their own agenda. There's no doubt. But we need a little bit more AOC. We need a little bit more Bernie, where they're actually trying to give you the basic rights that you should have in this country. That's what it was founded on, that you could have a good public education. You didn't have to have a stack of money this high in order to get educated in this country. They didn't tell disabled people that you'll never hold a job. You're a big nobody. Look at you. It's disheartening. And it's bad to the individual, But we've seen this too. The families that take care of these people, when you talked about the people about to lose their home, maybe they had to take care of a sick parent. Maybe there was, some kind of cost with a disabled kid. Like, we just don't really care. So I don't want to
We
know.
don't care. That's a you problem.
That's right. Until it's your problem, and then you care. And we've seen that a lot too, which just doesn't speak well to us as people. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't.
Yeah, and the billionaires don't have any of these problems because most of these problems are money problems, and they've got plenty of that to throw at it. So, yeah, why don't you just dig deep into your account and pay for it, you loser?
You know what? I would, but I'm too busy having a money fight.
Yeah.
Money fight. Smithers. Anyway, very disheartening. So I don't want to, again, I'm going to keep it short today. I did want to hit on a few things that just seem kind of out of control and ridiculous, but they are distractions, and they are taking away from things like your right to vote, your
Right to free
internet
speech,
access.
right to assemble. Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So keep an eye out on that Kids Act, because it's a nightmare and it's doing nothing for the children. Trust me. Except they'll be monitored closely by the pedophile leadership that we already have.
I was going to say, yeah, because there's no pedophiles in the GOP leadership that are going to be monitoring this, so don't worry about it. It's fine.
No, instead they came out and they were like, it was Hillary and she was at that pizza place down in the basement and they were having children and drinking their blood. Like,
Yeah, no.
God, man, make a movie. It's more believable, because that's just silly.
Oh my God, yeah.
Not serious, people. I do have some positives. A judge did block Trump's ability to proceed with his $400 million ballroom without congressional approval, which is how it's supposed to be. Score one there. Also, climate scientists that were fired by Trump have launched their own website to share trusted climate information. Thank God. People are still doing their due diligence, because this is what they did all their professional lives. They see the seriousness, and they're discounted as whack job scientists, because hey, it's all about influencers and stupid
Yeah, and
shit.
has been reality TV stars that become influencers.
You're talking about Dean Cain because he's Superman, but he's afraid to fly. I don't understand.
Won't even get on a Ferris wheel.
Doesn't like heights, but he's
Pretty
Superman.
mediocre super guy, if you ask me. But
Pathetic.
what do I know?
Strap him in, he'll be fine. And my last happy ending, I've my love hate with the Pirates this season. It's been just brutal. They've lost some games that have been just insane. They're one out away the other night, and Cincinnati hits a 3-run homer, and they lose after they battled back. Well, they go to Philly yesterday. Philly's a really good team. They have a really hard stretch of schedule coming up, but they're on the road. They start out in Philadelphia. They're down 5-0. There's a cut up of their announcers just like chastising the Pirates. Like, this guy thinks he hits a homer. He thinks he's hit 400 of them. Pitcher's afraid to pitch. Dumb questions. You don't even know the count. Making fun of this team. Well, they came back and they won 11-7 after being down 5 runs.
Nice.
It was kind of nice to be like in your face, because Philadelphia, to begin with, not a huge fan of the Flyers. So I'll put the Phillies in there too. But these announcers just being rude and kind of grotesque throughout their broadcasts. I get it. It's the Philly network, but like, come on, guys, it's still baseball. But it was nice to see them come back and just crush them. And we'll see if that continues. They did the same thing in Pittsburgh. It was pretty disheartening when they came through and got on a roll. So we'll see if the opposite can work for the Pirates and they can get on a roll with this tough schedule coming up. But go Buccos. Pretty excited about that. And lastly, NHL free agency starts basically at midnight tonight. Maybe a shocker to you, but Wotherspoon was traded.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that. What'd they get for him?
He went to the Golden Knights. They picked up another right-handed defenseman who makes about $3.25 million a year. They're going to pay half of Wotherspoon's contract, which is $1 million. His contract is up after this year. I know that they loved him. He was a real stay-at-home defenseman, and he was a big part of that defensive core.
Yeah, why would you do that? You could have paid him the $3.25 million and kept him.
I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make more after this season. The guy they brought in played most of the season with the Knights. He did have some healthy scratches during the playoffs. I trust Dubas. I don't know. He's got 3 years left on this contract, so maybe that's part of it. He's only 25 years old. And I trust his assessment of talent, though, that Wotherspoon had a great season with the Pens last year and will be missed. I was surprised, too.
Yeah, I would say I did trust him, but I mean, see Gerard, Sam, that guy was terrible.
Well,
And
we're
they're
hoping
saddled with him.
we're yeah. Well, we're hoping he goes away.
Not
and
going
maybe he
anywhere.
Anyway, we'll see what it brings with some of the other clubs as well that have money to spend. The Pens do have money. They're still talking about bringing Robertson in. I think that would be a lot, but we'll see, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Any happy ending for you before I let you go?
I don't know.
You're in the air conditioning. That's a great start.
Yeah, there you go.
It's so hot.
The AC is working.
Yeah. That's
Ceiling fans are working, so yeah.
Yeah. Keep that going because this will be here through 4th of July. So one day at a time, buddy.
One day at a time.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. I know I went a couple minutes over. I wanted this to be a little faster, but here we are. You get what you get, buddy. Well, I appreciate your time as always. Hopefully I'll catch up with you a little bit later and we'll go someplace cool and hang out.
All right, sounds good.
All right, buddy. Thanks
All right,
again.
nice job.
You as well. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, buddy.
See ya.
See ya.